Am I the asshole for snapping when I found out that a guy saw my girlfriend naked? My 25M girl Lydia, 23F, lives with a roommate who has a boyfriend, Jeff. We gathered at their place last Friday for pizza. After a while, Jeff asks Lydia if she is still scared of being here alone the nights the roommate goes over to his place and I can't come. Lydia has always had trouble with being alone at night, and most nights I stay on FaceTime with her till she falls asleep so she feels safer. The roommate laughs and says that if she hears a noise in the bathroom, at least it will be a ghost and not her locked in passed out. Lydia just mouths, "Explain later," to me. When we get to Lydia's room, I ask her to explain, and she tells me that this afternoon she wasn't feeling good and ended up fainting in the shower, so Jeff had to break the door to roommate get in and help her. She said that she already felt better and didn't wanted to tell me because I was going to be worried about nothing. I said that it wasn't nothing if she had fainted and that I should be aware of these things to help her. She said that now it would be just a funny story about how Jeff broke the door and roommate had to cover her with a towel so they could come to the rescue of her naked body. That moment I saw red. I asked if Jeff had seen her naked and she said she couldn't be sure since she was unconscious, but roommate said that he stood out of the bathroom until she was covered. I asked if Lydia thought it was fair to me not to know that another guy had seen her naked, and she said he didn't actually saw her naked and that it shouldn't matter since he was only helping. I shouted that she just said that she was unconscious and couldn't know if he saw her. She told me to be quiet or they would hear me, and I shouted that I didn't care, that a man just saw my girlfriend bodies and I had a right to be mad. Jeff and roommate come in then and explain that he never saw anything. He just broke the lock and waited outside until roommate gave him a clear. I said that I didn't believe him, and roommate jumped to his defense saying she was right there, making sure the situation wasn't embarrassing so they could take proper care of Lydia without her feeling weird. I said that if she was a cuckold I wouldn't be. Jeff then shouted at me saying I should respect his girlfriend and mine, who had spent a whole day saying that she was fine but still looked a bit pale. He said that he only did it because he cared about Lydia, that I was an asshole who didn't deserve any type of help. Hearing him say he cared about her was it for me. I left without as much as looking at Lydia as she begged not to go. Over the weekend Lydia had to be admitted to a hospital as she didn't felt good again, and Jeff and roommate prohibited me from seeing her, saying I didn't deserve her. Obviously the whole hospital thing sucks and I wish I was there for her, but I still think I was right. At this point I'm not mad at Lydia anymore, just at Jeff. Am I the asshole? You are the asshole. You don't fucking own her body. You don't have a right to be mad. You're way out of line. Grow the fuck up. You are the asshole. Your girlfriend had a medical emergency, and someone helped. She could have been seriously injured or even died, and you're worried about if another guy saw her naked? You should be thanking the guy. Major, you are the asshole. You are the asshole. Do you also get mad and yell at doctors who see her body? 100% you are the asshole. Guy breaks a door down to help your girlfriend who fainted in the shower and you get mad at him? Yeah, it's you. You are the asshole. Location flag. Yes, you are the asshole. Your girlfriend literally passed out in the shower. Was Jeff supposed to just do nothing? They were concerned and she could have hit her head and died. But yes, let's protect your ego. You are the asshole. Your girlfriend is in the hospital. How are you even still on this hill? You have some major jealousy issues. You are the asshole. You sound super possessive and a bit dangerous. A man just saw my girlfriend bodies and I had a right to be mad. Nope, bro. Am I the asshole for giving my coworker a fantasy novel for Secret Santa to try to broaden her horizons? For Secret Santa I got Sarah, who put down a bunch of books that she wanted as well as other things like socks, tea, and candy. I was a little disappointed, to be honest, because I really like to shop for people and give really cool gifts, and these were just blah things. When I looked up all the books to get her, I found out that they were all romance novels. I felt kinda cringe buying her romance novels, so I looked at the common themes and found a really good fantasy novel to buy her instead called Warbreaker by Brandon Sanderson. It has a romance in it too. I figure if she likes to read then she'd be happy to broaden her horizons and branch out. I also got her some Baby Yoda socks to go with it because who doesn't like Baby Yoda, and some Bigelow tea that looked good. We did the exchange this morning and she looked visibly confused when she opened hers. She changed her face to be surprised, happy, but this really bothered me. In the break room later I heard her talking and complaining, saying she didn't get why someone got her these things. The other person said, they probably were upset they got a woman instead of a man. Which I thought was rude. I'm a woman too, I'm just not a pumpkin spice latte and Hallmark woman. Then after I saw her give the socks to someone else saying they could have them for their kid. I was honestly really bothered by this. I put thought and effort into a gift. Am I the asshole for getting her something to branch out of the humdrum romance genre and Baby Yoda socks? I thought everyone liked Baby Yoda. Edit. For those trying to make this into me being a pick-me, first of all, don't be misogynistic. Second of all, she wasn't talking about $5 Harlequin romances on her list. Her list had the following books. Beach Read by Emily Henry, The People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry, In a Holidays by Christina Lauren, The Unhoneymooners by Christina Lauren. So there aren't traditional romance novels. They were normal enough to make me think that branching out was fine. You are the asshole. Get over yourself. I put thought and effort into a gift. No, you disliked her taste so got her something you would have liked instead of something she would have liked. I judged my coworker for what she likes and felt the need to force my own interests on her. There. Fixed it for you. Edit. You are the asshole. I put thought and effort into a gift. I suppose you could say this in the sense that you thought about what she told you about her interests, decided you knew better than she did what she would enjoy, and then went to the effort to shop for the person you think she should be instead of the person she is. You are the asshole. I'm a woman too, I'm just not a pumpkin spice latte and Hallmark woman. Well, aren't you just significant other, not like the other girls? Face with rolling eyes, grow up. And no, not everyone likes Baby Yoda. You are the asshole. Dude. First, Warbreaker is a slog. Yes, it's a great book, but who are you to decide what someone else reads? And no, a lot of people, surprisingly, don't like Star Wars. Next time, get the person what they ask for. Lol. Yes, you are the asshole, but you will probably never understand why, so there's not much point in this. Still, I'm going to say it anyway. What the heck is your problem? Why do you feel it's your job to shame people for what they like? She literally put what she wanted on a sheet of paper, but you decided you knew better. Of course she was disappointed. The whole point of putting things you like down when doing these things is so people can receive something they actually want, instead of some bullshit they don't want. Congratulations on wasting your money and disappointing someone for no reason. Maybe next time stop being condescending and let people enjoy things. Or don't participate. I felt kinda cringe buying her romance novels. As a romance reader and writer, you are the asshole. You are the asshole. The thought behind your gift is, you are boring and I think you should change. That makes for terrible gift giving. Question: why did you get her things you'd like? I am not a pumpkin spice latte and Hallmark woman, and I have no interest in fantasy or Baby Yoda. Am I the asshole for putting all my snacks in the fridge in a lockable box? So I live with my boyfriend and he finishes work earlier than me, so he is always home first. Until I get home and we can make dinner, it's not unusual for him to snack. This wouldn't be an issue if he ate his own snacks or didn't eat all of mine. But often when I come home I find all my snacks that I love are finished, and I don't buy many of them either. At first I talked to him nicely about this, telling him next time could he leave some and not eat everything. But when he was dismissive it led to an argument where things got a bit heated on both sides, I'm ashamed to admit, and he finally told me it was only snacks and he'd eat whatever he pleased in the fridge. Finally annoyed by this, I bought a small lockable box and put it in the fridge. It is now where I store my snacks to ensure I can at least get some of them. He was annoyed and angry at this, saying I was being dramatic and it was just snacks. I was happy to share them, but he wouldn't even leave me any, so I made sure I got all. Perhaps it was petty to lock them up where he can't access, but trying to talk to him failed. Am I the asshole? Lol. So he told you it's not a big deal if you don't get to eat any snacks, and now he's making a big deal out of not being able to eat the snacks himself? Not the asshole. Edit. Had my 5 minutes of fame thanks to this comment. Thanks for all the upvotes and my first ever awards. Heart: the problem with snarky and funny responses is that sometimes they fail to highlight the seriousness of an issue. So I wanted to edit to point to important comments on gaslighting people like you, Prize Yak 7435, and you, Bansi 999 have made in the discussion underneath. Not the asshole. He literally told you that he won't respect your boundaries and cares little for your happiness. This isn't a long-term keeper. Ditch him. And free your snacks. What horrible ailment has befallen your boyfriend that makes it impossible for him to get his own snacks? Not the asshole. Not the asshole. He's extremely rude for eating all your snacks and continuing to do so after you asked him not to, and then being dismissive of your request. Is he lying? This and other aspects of your relationship? This is a surefire sign that you've got way bigger problems than who's eating all the snacks up. I guarantee this is just the tip of the iceberg. And #X200B. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. You bought snacks for yourself and he behaved like an asshole by eating all of the snacks. If he was a reasonable person then he would agree to leave some. But instead he has effectively agreed that he's an asshole and proclaimed that it is his right to be an asshole even if you dislike it. That's, I'm okay and everyone can go to hell, behavior. I would probably be looking beyond a locked box and more towards a moving truck personally. It's certainly not the sort of behavior I'd want to see in a partner. Not the asshole. For me this sort of thing is a deal breaker. Not because I'm so fond of snacks but because it's a symptom of a larger problem: lack of respect and ignoring boundaries and simple common courtesy. If someone can't honor a reasonable request to keep their paws off your stuff, how are they going to react to the larger issues? He's telling you what is important to you, even in a small way, is of zero importance to him. People tell you who they are. Listen to them. This is not just about snacks. It's about respect. And realistically, your partner doesn't respect you. He might have a different view about snacking. Sure. But the moment you asked him to do something, and he dismissed it, he became the asshole. Not the asshole, but maybe you guys need to have a bigger talk than just the chocolates in the fridge. Am I the asshole for getting mad at my wife after she tried to add to my daughter's workload? My 47M daughter, 16F, has schizophrenia. Due to this, she has to take medication that blocks her dopamine receptors, which makes her much more tired. I have 3 other stepchildren with my current wife, 37F, and they unarguably do more work than my daughter chore-wise. I expect my daughter to clean her room, maintain good grades, and that is it. I know her medication makes her very tired throughout the day and school already burns through her motivation to do anything. My wife doesn't like the idea that her kids have to do more chores around the house compared to my kid. I told her that it's because my daughter's medication makes her more tired, and if I were to take her off of it she would become a danger to herself and possibly the rest of us. While I was away for a business trip for a week, I saw my daughter scrubbing the kitchen floor with my wife standing right by the entrance. I got mad and asked her what the deal was. She said she was teaching my daughter to not be a slob. I said she doesn't get to dictate what her chores are, like I don't dictate what my stepchildren's chores are. Am I the asshole for getting mad at my wife over this? Dear voters, please do not discuss what I should and should not do with my daughter's medication unless you are aware of how schizophrenia is treated. Thank you. Not the asshole. As someone with schizophrenia myself, I think some people don't realize how hard it is to function with schizophrenia without medication, let alone with it. I was barely feeding or washing myself at that age. I was so messed up. Your wife needs counseling on how to deal with someone with mental illness. It's an honest truth that the other people in the house might have to pull a little more weight sometimes, but it's because your daughter has a disease of the brain, and when people are sick sometimes they need help. She is already doing a ton more than I did at her age, and you sound like a good dad. Keep it up. Editing to say thank you everyone for the awards and upvotes. This is my first. Not the asshole. Who stands over a 16-year-old and makes her scrub the floors? Sounds like a Cinderella and the evil stepmother vibe. I get your wife doesn't like it. But it's a you and your wife argument. Not a bully a 16-old fully medicated kid job. Go your wife filling those evil stepmother shoes right up. Not the asshole. You're dealing with an illness, not a teen attitude problem. Wife needs to back TF off. Not the asshole. I grew up with high-functioning schizophrenia and I didn't get a diagnosis until I was 20. Thank you for being a good, kind parent who adjusted things to your daughter's needs. Not the asshole. You're a good dad trying to keep his daughter safe and balanced. Does your wife know that extra stress can trigger hallucinations? Maybe emphasize that your daughter's main job is to function as highly as possible and life for her will always look a little different. Hopefully a discussion will help her understand what helps versus what hurts. If not, maybe the trash will take itself out. Not the asshole. Your wife took advantage of you being gone and overstepped with your daughter. The Cinderella treatment is not a cure for schizophrenia. You need to make alternative arrangements for your daughter's care when you go out of town, because leaving her with your wife does not have your daughter's well-being in mind. Edit. Accidentally type you are the asshole. Ignore all the ableist ignorance here. Your daughter has a disability. She is disabled. You are accommodating her disabilities. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. Even without your daughter's medication, If the agreement is that you each dictate chores for your biokids and you and your wife are having a disagreement about chore allocation, it doesn't give the other one the authority to just change the rules when the other is out of the home. That being said, I assume your daughter would benefit from learning how to manage her medication and chores, as she's potentially only a few years away from being on her own. Not the asshole. She is being ableist. People with that type of health issues and medication need a lot of rest. Protect your kid. That woman clearly doesn't care.